and career strategists. As you know, this December we are focused on the three characteristics of Advent waiting: being expectant, making space, and being hopeful. Today, we are going to focus on the story of the three wise men and what that may mean for your career strategy in 2024. So, thank you to everyone joining the replay. Today, we are streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So, let's begin with Advent waiting. Being expectant, making space in our lives, and being hopeful. Again, being expectant is having or showing that excited feeling that something is about to happen, especially something pleasant and interesting. Making space in our life, decluttering our physical, mental, and emotional spaces. It may also mean saying no, and it may mean saying yes, especially to ourselves, and asking for what you need, and not assuming how anyone will respond to your requests. And finally, being hopeful, that feeling or inspiring optimism about a future event. So, as we look forward to 2024, let's pause for one of the main stories of the Advent season. You want to imagine the three wise men following a star, a journey filled with expectation, purpose, and hope. And hope and home. For most of our first and second generation immigrants, we know this story only too well, or we've been told this story over and over again. But today, I would like us to align this story with our career paths and discovering how the spirit of Advent can guide you on your professional aspirations. So, let's delve into expectant waiting. We are picturing the three wise men, their eyes fixed on a guiding star. In your career, this star is your ultimate goal. It may be your dream job, a significant promotion, or a career change, a complete career change. Unfortunately, a lot of us tend to just jump in. We do not pause and we do not really identify and get clear on what that target is, on what our purpose is. And really, before you think about making a resolution or making a decision about your 2024, I invite you to pause and really try to identify and hone in on what that career goal may be. What is your ultimate target? And think about how you go about preparing for what lies ahead. Is it about learning? Is it about staying curious? Is it about building that network that aligns with your aspirations? In this pause, I want you to consider that getting another degree may not be your ultimate solution, right? Finding another job may not be what you need to do in order to achieve your target. So now is the time to really pause and think about what your next steps are. Do you really need another degree, or will your micro credentials suffice? Have you investigated what micro credentials might really be sufficient or may help you further than having another degree, for example? So I want us to think about that as we move on to making space, right? Advent is a time of making space for new beginnings. If you've been in the islands or in the Caribbean, in South America, in most places of the world, this is a time where spring cleaning, if you will, is in full swing. There are curtains being hung, houses are being painted, everything is being spruced up, right? Because now is that time for making space. So Advent is a time of making space for new beginnings. And similarly in our career, making space might mean letting go of some things. It may mean letting go of that schedule that is proving to be unsustainable. It may mean letting go of the need to say yes to every single project that is on your desk. It may mean letting go of the idea that you are comfortable and by extension, content, but also to the point where you fit yourself into an uncomfortable space that you would really like to get out of, or you really need to remove yourself from. Now is the time to think about how you may need to make space in your lives. Consider if this current role is truly serving your goals, right? And again, adding further education to your plate, is it something that is necessarily key to your advancement? Perhaps it's time to voice your worth in your current position. It's time to identify the value that you're bringing to the role and speak up about it to the decision makers. So, making space is really about having thoughtful decisions that align with your future. And of course, we have to think of that hopeful outlook, right? So, finally, let's talk about hope. Hope was the driving force behind the three wise men's journey. They were on their way to Bethlehem to see the king, to find that child that was born, that was to bring light to the world. So, in your career path, hope is your resilience against challenges and your beacon during uncertain times. And for first and second generation immigrants, hope is definitely what drives the resilience that keeps us together during those uncertain times. You want to embrace a hopeful outlook. Remember that every setback is a setup for a comeback. And remember that your journey is unique. Each step, even the challenging ones, lead you closer to your star. And when it comes to our journeys, one thing that we discover in our careers is that every single job, and if you look at it, even the jobs that you absolutely detested, you learn something from it and you actually bring some skills with you from every single job. I am bringing skills with me to my work as a career strategist from my very first job, which was at my uncle's construction company when I was 13 years old. So, every single job that you have, you're bringing something with you. And what you need to do is also to consider how you can identify what is unique about your journey and how you are bringing additional value to your roles. So, as we conclude, I want you to reflect on these Advent themes and how will expectant waiting, making space, and having a hopeful outlook shape your career journey. I invite you to download our free LinkedIn profile guide and to update and spruce up your LinkedIn profile for 2024. Again, you can access it at any of the links in bio on any of the platforms that you're on, and really take the first step in sprucing up your LinkedIn profile. And I go to the profile as a first step. Why? Everything about you speaks, and your LinkedIn profile is on 24/7, and you want it to be speaking to the people who need to know you. So now is a good time to see, is this profile saying the things that I needed to see? So again, I encourage you to ponder your goals with the spirit of Advent. And for personal guidance, feel free to reach out to me at AdnoDocs. Thank you for joining me today, and stay tuned for our future sessions. 2024 is going to be exciting. I am really looking forward to it. I have guests lined up to share with you their career journeys as well as things that you can do to improve your career journey. Stay thriving.